Hi and welcome to my channel. I hope that you can see me fine. You're looking down at me because I'm just leaning against here and stretching out my legs so I don't get some cramp. Now, you've seen from the title of this video that it is 15 things only people who live far away from their families will understand. So that is the video. I found it on Metro, newspaper. If you guys get the bus or the train, you should have seen the Metro, but they also have a Metro online. So I'd encourage you to go look at it. It's a fabulous paper. I love reading it. So they always have little articles in there, and I saw this article and thought, this is definitely me. And somebody had asked me a while back, I'm sure it was Creative Misfit, who said to me what it was like moving away from your friends and family, how it felt, and I should do a video on it. So, as you can see, I am Scottish, but I live in Wales. I moved here 6 years ago. That's it. So I've moved away from all my friends and my family and my home. So I'll turn that off. So it has been a big move because, especially if you've lived somewhere all your life, it is hard then to move on and create a new life somewhere else. And also I'm quite patriotic, so I love being Scottish. I love Scotland. So I do miss home for reasons of patriotism. And being in another place, you kind of feel like you're maybe not fitting in with the accent, with the culture, and all those kind of things, but then you fit in with your family. So I'm trying really hard at the moment, but sometimes I do have little lapses where I think, oh, do I belong here? But then when I go back home to Scotland on a holiday, I'm eager to get back down here to be with my family. So you're kind of in between worlds where you're thinking, do I belong in Scotland? Do I belong in Wales? So maybe you just belong with your family and where they are. Home is where the heart is, as Elvis would have sang. That's pretty much true for me, but I still miss home. Met my husband, who was my boyfriend then. We got together. He moved up to Scotland with me and we lived there for 2 years in Edinburgh. We had a tiny, tiny little flat. I mean, it was pokey, and I was working full time. My husband was working full time, and it was really hard going. And we were left with hardly any money. We were borrowing left, right and centre. So then I got pregnant and I thought, how can we live in this little pokey house? We tried to find a house in my hometown, out in Midlothian, but there was nothing. There was nothing there, and the rent was so high, and that was for like a 1-bedroom flat at times. So there was a house came up where my husband's from, and it was a 3-bedroom house with a front door and back door, a front garden and a back garden, and it's a really nice house for the exact same price we were paying for a tiny little top floor flat where we shared a garden and a 1-bedroom. So it was a no-brainer really where we were going to go, and we moved. So it was a massive upheaval because I was leaving my mum and my dad and all my family and all my friends. But if you're moving and you're worried about it, then my advice to you is, if you're going with someone that you love or you're going for work purposes, things like that, then just be strong, get it done, and wherever you go, you'll always find a little bit of happiness if you allow it in. And you have to let go of the past and move for the future. That would be a big piece of advice. But if you're moved already and you're living somewhere and you're not from that place and you've just moved there or you've been there for a while, then maybe these 15 questions you can relate to them. So that's a long intro into the video, but it was just a little bit of background info into me and how I moved. If you have moved or you're living somewhere that's maybe not where you were born, let me know how you feel in the comments below. We can share experiences. Mine has been a positive experience, a little bit of negativity in the middles, but that's just only to be expected when you leave your hometown and your homeland and go to a new place. Alright, so let's get on to the video. I have taken screenshots of the questions from the Metro, so we can start from the start. So the beginning is feeling left out of family events. So when you go away down to wherever and you move away, you've got the hashtag, we were in a family, we went to the pantomime, we did a family meal, and you're kind of left out of the situation. That's pretty harsh, and that's something you're going to feel. But what I always do is contact my niece and say, please text me, let me know when you're going, send me pictures. So try and keep active with your friends and your family. Don't let them go. There's Facebook, there's Twitter, there's Instagram. There's no reason for people to be left out. So you're maybe not at the occasion, but you can always try and be there in spirit. And that's what I do. Okay, Forgetting what your relatives sound like. That's a major thing. Now my dad's gone, it's hard to remember what he sounds like, but we have videos of my dad, so I always watch back just to say, oh, that's his voice, it sounds so beautiful. So phone home, do what ET says. Always try and be in contact with your family if you are close and you want to be, not if you don't want to be. But if you're close, like I have a close family, so I phone my family regular, I talk to them as regular as I can, every day really with my niece. So you're not losing touch and you're not losing the sound of their voice, as dramatic as that may sound, but when you live far away, that can be a factor. 3, phoning for no good reason. So that kind of ties on to what we just said. I just phone for no good reason. So I just phone up and say, hi, how are you? And then we're on the phone generally for about an hour. I send up stuff, little goodies, and then they send down things to the boys. So it's just keeping that contact between family and friends and yourself so that you're not losing yourself totally. Even though you're away from your home, you're still in contact and you're still bridging that gap. Birthdays being forgotten. Now that can sometimes happen because when you're far away, you're forgetting because you've got your own life to deal with and you're making new friends and making new things. But I always try and make a point to remember, because there's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as I've said, you can remember when a birthday is and then try and make that a positive experience. So sending up cards, or like our family do, there's too many cousins, too many nieces, too many nephews. So we wish lots of people happy birthdays and we phone on the birthdays just to make sure that families are feeling connected. Anger at people's family complaints. Yeah, that can sometimes happen because you're sitting there and people down where you're staying now have all got their families beside them, and so they'd be thinking, oh, I don't want to go there for Sunday lunch, and it gets on your goat sometimes because you think, I wished I could. So be prepared to be a little bit maybe angered at some people, and then if people are not visiting other people and you think, I wished I could visit mines more regular. So that can happen. So be prepared for that kind of negative feeling that you'll feel for others out of jealousy and out of you wishing that you had that. So just be prepared for that kind of emotion. The pain of family leaving after a visit. This is a massive one. In some ways it's better if the family doesn't come to visit you. I know that that's a strange thing, but it's so hard when they come and then leave, because you've got to deal with that emotional turmoil in your heart when they're gone and try and calm yourself down. My mum lives here now, so I do have a little bit of home, thank goodness. But when the family come down to visit her, when they leave, it's an absolute nightmare. It's like it takes about a month to get over. So it is hard, so be prepared. You're excited for the family coming, it's fantastic, but be prepared for that feeling when they leave and that kind of raw tug at the heart. Holidays from work are always family related. This is so true. If you get holidays from work or you get holidays from anywhere, you feel this massive pull to go home. So you kind of, and then if you don't go home and pick somewhere else, you feel a massive amount of guilt that you didn't go home. So this year, I think last year I didn't get back to Scotland, or maybe once I did, and the whole year I was feeling guilty. And this year I said, I am going back to Scotland no matter what. But there's an Elvis holiday, we have Butlins. It's very hard to squeeze in Scotland as well. And then you think, well, I shouldn't be going there because I should be going home to Scotland. And so you feel that guilt, and then you want to go home to Scotland, but you want the children to enjoy Butlins. So it's very, very, very difficult, and that is something that if you're about to move or you have moved, you might feel this feeling. So be prepared for that, that usually you'll use your holidays for going home and not doing other fun stuff. But going home is always fun as well. Getting a hard time for not keeping your family up to date. This can happen. It doesn't happen generally with me because I am a big person who keeps up to date on Facebook and stuff and all the Instagram places. So, but family can get upset where you think, well, you didn't include me, you didn't tell me that it was such and such's birthday, or you didn't say that. So be prepared for that kind of thing. That maybe families can feel put out or left out, and then you can also feel left out if they're not letting you know. So something's happened, they've had a birthday party and you didn't know about it. It can make you feel a little bit not part of it. So my biggest thing is to keep in contact, keep the communication flowing, and then that should not happen. Right, this is a big one. Your own allegedly changing accent. Drives me insane. This is a big one, where oh my goodness, you sound a little bit Welsh. Drives me potty. So to every Welsh person watching this, my children are Welsh, my husband is Welsh, I love Welsh people, but I want to sound Scottish, I don't want to sound Welsh. So when you get that comment, and it happens a lot, it can drive you insane. So be prepared for it. Homesickness. Oh, be prepared for homesickness. I have days where it is bonkers. You can't even believe in my house. I listen to Tam O'Shanter, I listen to Runrig, I play Caledonia, and it goes on and on and on, and I just listen and listen and listen. And my husband then knows, she's playing her Scottish stuff, that means she's homesick. And it generally happens most of the time on major events. So Robert Burns Day, St Andrew's Day, my dad's birthday, my dad's anniversary. So those kind of days I'm going to be intensely Scottish. And then I get the boys to draw Scottish flags. I got the school to do Scottish flags. I make them listen to stuff that they don't want to listen to, just so that they know their Scottish heritage and their Scottish side. So that plays a big part in my life, homesickness, because you do feel that massive tug in your heart to go home. And you think you're being disloyal to your home because you're living somewhere else. That can be hard. Friends who make kind gestures to make you feel at home. So yeah, that is a lovely thing. Somebody making you feel that you've not lost your Scottish side. So I've definitely seen this before, and my sister-in-law does that a lot. So she'll say, she said that she was in Wetherspoons the other week, and she said to all her friends, oh look what's on the menu, it's haggis. And they said, oh why would it be haggis? And she went, oh because it's Burns Day soon. And she said you would have been so proud of me because I told them that it was the Scottish Day. She went, I don't know why it was a Scottish Day and who burns this, but she had remembered what I'd said, and it was really nice because she was bringing out stuff about where I was from and including me that I'm far away, but that she is aware of that and bringing out that Scottish thing, and I loved that, and I think that's a really nice thing. So be prepared for friends to do that and maybe bring you a bit of shortbread if you're Scottish, or something else from any culture, just to make you feel more at home. Fingers crossed they do that, because that's a nice little thing and it does make you feel warm and fuzzy. Friends become your family. So true. I haven't made many friends since being down in Wales. I do know people, but I've not made millions of friends. But then back home in Scotland I didn't have millions of friends. I do like to have one or two. I'm definitely not a big group kind of person. So down here, one of my friends is my family, but I would consider, she's my sister-in-law, but I consider her my bestest friend, and she has become extra family, and more like, rather than an in-law family, more like a family member. And that's because you cling on to them for dear life. Because I'm down here and I want to have girly times, but then also I don't think I would cling on to someone who was not nice. Because she's the loveliest person in the world, I easily have found the bestest of friends. So be prepared that when you leave home, try and get that friend network, because they can become a real good anchor in your life. You learn to appreciate your own company. Yes, that's big time. Especially if you move to a more rural location. I am in a very rural location compared to home. I'm from Edinburgh, and if anybody's been to Edinburgh, you jump on the number whatever bus 16 where I was from, and it would take you 2 minutes into Edinburgh. You go to cinema, go to the gym, go out with friends. It was just ridiculously easy. Here you're going to have to wait once an hour for a bus if you want to go places. If you have maybe missed your appointment and you can't get a bus, you can't then just phone a taxi because you'd need to arrange that. So it means that I'm more inclined to be sitting in with myself. So getting used to my own company is a big thing, and that can happen when you first move as well. But then as you make friends and stuff, that should be fine. And if you're in a rural location, then maybe you'd have to get used to maybe more your company. But if you're moving to the city, then you might find it okay once you've found your friends and found your feet. So it's not a forever thing. It's just in the starting point of moving away. Start to miss the bad points of home. You do. So I used to moan constantly about the bus service in Edinburgh. Oh my goodness. I have seen time hop statuses from Facebook slagging off Lothian buses. Late. Oh my goodness, how could you be late? I'm almost late for work. Now, the buses would be maybe late by 2 minutes. Now I'm here, I'm thinking, my goodness. I think I waited in a little village with my little 4-year-old, and we sat at the bus stop for about 35 minutes, and I had to walk home in the end because there was no bus. That is it, there was just no bus. It just didn't turn up. Whereas back home, at least they did. So you start to miss, well, you start to realise that the bad points aren't actually the bad points. They're really good points, but you start missing them. Think, oh, I wished I'd appreciated it when I was there. And then questioning life choices. This can be a major thing when you move away, and it can happen at the most randomest times. You can question, is it right? And you can overthink. Should I be here? What am I going to do? How can I live here forever? And these are the questions that you start muddling around in your brain. And so the biggest thing I can say is, if you're feeling content and happy, then for the most part, then that's a good thing. You will have times where you'll feel, oh, do I belong here? I'm missing my home. And with those you can rectify them by going home more regularly and maybe taking the time to go back and visit people and then come back and you'll maybe appreciate it more. But if you're feeling that feeling the majority of the time and you're feeling real sadness, then my advice is to seek some help and maybe talk to your partner or talk to the people that you've moved with, because maybe it's not the best move for you. So in all of these questions and all of these little points, the big thing is, if you're not feeling that, or you're feeling worse, or you're feeling down, or you feel you need help, then seek that and maybe think about if it's the best choice for you. Because fundamentally, I'm making this video from a very happy place. I love my home, I love my family, and when I go home, I then miss here. So my place of this video is happiness. So if you're not feeling that, you definitely have to think about it, discuss it, and think what's best. But if you're from a happy place, then that's great and you'll enjoy this video and totally understand where I'm coming from on these points. But I just want to make sure there's nobody watching this feeling down or depressed or thinking that, well, why are you not feeling those happy thoughts? Because we're all different. So yeah, seek some advice or talk to people back home or talk to your loved ones here, and just work out what's the best for you. This is our top 15 things only people who live far away from their families will understand. So I hope you enjoyed the top 15 that was in the Metro and our little discussions through it. If you're feeling any of those feelings, then pop them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and if you want to subscribe, I'd absolutely love it. And remember, take care of yourself no matter what you're doing, and I will see you on another video. Bye.
Subscribe to my channel.
Hello.
Comment below. Press the bell button. Thumbs up. Thank you.